Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Fortunate Z. If you are new here, welcome yourself to the channel officially by hitting the subscribe button. Don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment down below. And to my regular schmegular day ones, you already know what it is. Welcome to the channel again. On today's video, I'll be giving you guys a story time and a little bit of advice on how to get over somebody you never dated. So without further ado, let's get started. So let me just give you a short story about how I got here and like how I got really interested in this topic and want to give this advice.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
Okay, let me give you a quick story time about how I got here. This has not happened only to me, but to a lot of other girls out there, my friends. They have gone through this, okay? So I know what I'm talking about. And I haven't gone through a lot of these, like getting over somebody I've never dated type of thing. But, you know, the coach doesn't play the game. The coach kind of like spectates, you know, like stays in the outline and watch how the game is played. So let me get right to the story. So, I met this boy.
I was like, it's about to go down.
Oh my gosh, I swear that's how all tragedies start. I met this boy and that's like a perfect intro into a tragedy. Well, this is not a trap, but it was because it broke my heart, you know. So anyway, I met this boy and everything like that. We're vibing, we was cool and everything. You know, at first when like I met him, I was just kind of like, okay, it's like, it was like the first half of quarantine. So I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna have somebody to chill with. Like, it's just like, you know, not being in the house, like everything's in lockdown, there's really nothing to do. But you know, like I look forward to like spending time with him, watching TV, whatever we're doing and all of that, you know, cooking and all of that and all of that. So, you know, it was kind of like, okay, that's like a distraction from whatever's going on in this world. And like I was like every time we're like linking up, I was literally looking forward to it. Okay. So let me see, March, April, like we hung out for like a couple of times and everything like that. We hung out for a couple of times and this one time he actually like told me, I was like, oh, I like you. And I was just like, lol, thank you. I didn't know how to reply to that. I don't know. I think sometimes I'm the problem. Because I never really know how to react when somebody tells me they like me, or when I have feelings for that particular person. I don't know how to handle them or how to go about them, you know. Ooh, I'm getting hot just speaking about that. But anyway, okay, he told me that, and like we'd hang out a few times and everything like that, and like my feelings for him kind of grew, you know. But we were just like I never really asked what he was looking for in all of this, or told him what I was looking for, you know. I was just like, I'm just gonna wait for him to like tell me what's up, what are we doing in this, you know. Now I was just like waiting and then like I talk to my friends and they're like, why don't you just ask him like us? And I was just like, nah. And like, you know, and the more like I spent time with him, the more my feelings grew for him, you know. But obviously I don't know if he knew that, because I never told him, but like I would show it. I think if like I'm texting you the whole time, and I think that should tell you that, you know, I kind of fancy you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I kind of fancy you. So it was just like that. That's just how I would show it to him, you know. And then like after a while, you know, when we first started talking, like the texting was very consistent, like the good mornings, the all of that, and then that, like it was just consistent, like the meeting up and everything like that. And then as time went on, like it kind of died, you know, and it kind of died. And I was just like, you know what, I don't know if I'm imagining this because I feel strongly about him right now, or it's you know, it's actually like that. So anyway, I kind of like pushed it at the back of my mind. I was like, nah, do not ignore red flags, guys. That was a red flag. I should have never ignored that. Like, stop being sent and all of that. Like the inconsistency, red flag. If you haven't watched my red flag video, I'm gonna link it somewhere here so you can go watch it. So anyway, so then I was like, okay, like I was just gonna like push it at the back of my mind, and like when I come home, I talk to my friend and I'm like, yo, girly, what are you doing? You know what's happening? Like, why are you acting blind? I'm like, first of all, I am blind. Like, I'm half blind. Like, right now, I'm looking at the camera and I can't really see where the camera is. I'm just trying to follow the light. So, you know, the red flags that I was seeing, they were not red, they were orange. I was color blind at that moment, you guys. You know, like, a lot of things just started changing about him and everything. But I still, like, for some reason, the more he changed, the more I felt more strongly about him. And then, like, he started up making these lies, and like, he wouldn't get my like, oh, I didn't get your text, or da 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 da.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god, stop you fucking lying.
Like, he'd like ignore my text and be like, oh, I didn't get your text and everything like that. And when I caught him on, and when like I would call him out on it, would be like, oh no, you did get my text. You sent me a screenshot with my message on the screenshot, and you're telling me you never got that text. So like, what are you talking about? Like, he would gaslight me, you guys, you know. So as I said already, like, my feelings really grew strongly for him. And then like, I was just like at a point of like, you know, I'm just gonna block him and not talk to him ever again. So like, I had done that twice, but like, I unblocked him. And then when he was like, yo, I tried calling you, what happened? And I made up a lie, and I was like, oh no, my phone, like, there was something wrong with the connection or whatever. Like, I made up lies for blocking him, because like, I wanted to talk to him again after that. And then this one time, I had like a glass of Moscato, one too many.
2 shots of vodka.
And then I called him, FaceTime. I think I still have the picture. I'll try and link it here. And the FaceTime was unavailable. He never answered the FaceTime. And I was really pissed. Like, I was so mad. And I was just like, you know what? This is the end of this tragedy. And I blocked him. Only to like 2 weeks after I blocked him, like, I felt so guilty. I felt like I was like really bored and lonely. And I felt really strongly about him, and I just missed him, you know. Like, yo, it's the weekend today, I could have been hanging out with him, or whatever the case might be. You know, I was just like, yo, I could have been out there, I could have been with him. So my dumbass unblocked him, and I called him. Did you not hang up the phone right in my ear? He just went, dude. He hung up the phone. So I was just like, okay. That was not loud enough for me. That message was not loud enough for me. So I called him again and again and again and again, and the response was the same. So now I'm looking psycho out here trying to get hold of you, you know, and I'm just like, clearly this message is not loud enough. And this one time I texted him like late at night, like, and that eye emoji that goes and then he was like, hey, like, we spoke, hey, how you doing, how you been, and stuff like that. And like, literally my whole body was hot, just like going through that whole conversation. My whole body was hot. And then homeboy never texted me. Then I went out to LA with my girls. So 1 shot too many and everything like that. Text him again, and like, he mises me for a little bit, and he doesn't text me. Ever since that day, let me tell you, I have not texted him. So when I blocked him, let me tell you this, when I blocked him, I deleted his number, everything, like literally everything. But then I used to send my girl screenshots of like our messages. So like, whenever I wanted his number, I'll just go back to the screenshots and look for the screenshots, and like take that number and save it back to my phone. So like, after that whole LA drama thing, I was just like, you know what? No more. I cannot keep doing this to myself, because clearly they are sending me a message here, and why am I not getting it? Why am I so dumb to not get it? Okay. So like, it was just really hard for me to like get over him, and like, for the fact that we never dated, like, that just made it even harder. So I'm just gonna give you advice if you have went through this, or like, you are talking to somebody right now and you're just seeing things being shaky, like everything is just ticking, everything is old and crusty and ish.
You're not ticking, go, you're just old and crusty and shit, you know. So let me just give you advice, because you might need it, you know, somebody might need it. So number 1, how you feel is okay, you guys.
you know, like I already said, that trying to move on from somebody you never dated is kind of hard than like moving on from like the relationship. You know, with the relationship you kind of like went through the bad and the good and everything like that, but then with like a potential, with somebody that you never dated, you just kind of like stuck with the what ifs. Like, what if I told him how I felt? Like, how would have things gone? What if I never blocked him? What if I just like sucked it up and like just went on with life and everything and just waited him to like start acting right? What if, you know, like a lot of things, like what if I don't know, just you have a lot of what ifs. Like even right now, just like all the what ifs are like kind of imploding in my head again. And like that's the hardest part about like getting over somebody you never dated, because you just stuck with the what ifs. Don't worry, this feeling will eventually fade, as long as you just just allow yourself to feel. Like, just don't like shut it out and everything. Just allow yourself to feel, and eventually this phase will pass out. Number 2, you need to know that you are enough. It is not your fault. You know, like at first, like I was kind of thinking, oh my gosh, like maybe it's my fault because I never told him how I felt, because when he told me he liked me, I kind of like downplayed it a little bit because I just didn't know how to say it back. So you kind of need to know that it is not your fault and you are enough, you know, like you're enough. Like things could have gone left or right and you went in the middle with it, and that is okay, and you are enough with yourself. You are enough being alone, you know. Number 3, you are not alone. You are not the only person in the world that has gone through this. And just as much as you're feeling sad and heartbroken and wanting closure, he might be going through the same thing. But you know, pride in you guys wouldn't just let you like reach out and everything like that. But you might not be alone and everything like that. Have a support system. Talk to your friends. Me and my girlfriend used to laugh it out. Like, it's a joke. Now it's really funny. Like, yo, WTF happened? What the hell happened with that? And it's just like, ugh, it's whatever now. As much as you feel like, oh my gosh, like I need closure, because that's what I would think every time I'd like hit him up. I'm like, no, I need to have like closure. And like, closure for what? The only closures you should have are for your weeks, girl. You should get those closures for your week. That's the only closure you need in life, okay? Number 4, just know that rejection is just redirection. Look at it from that way. Like, you would have stuck it out and you probably would have been in there. Maybe you would have been in a relationship with a guy for like 5 years. And at the end, it would have not worked. But then God, you know, like, I'm just going to bring my faith into this. God just redirected you for something that would have been a disaster. I feel like if something is not meant for you, then it's not, like, some things you just have to let them pass. If it's meant for you, it will be for you. Some things pass you because God is just rejecting them from your life. You know, you just have to accept that sometimes rejection is redirection, okay? But also I could be giving you all this advice and you just like still stuck on him, like, oh my gosh, like, but what if he's the one? What if God wants me to try? You need to want to move on, because if you don't want to move on, if you feel like you just want to be stuck on him and you're just like looking all the qualities he had in other guys, you will just keep going back in the circle. Like, from when you started, you're going to try all these guys, look for all the qualities that he had in other guys, and then you're just going to keep going back to the starting point. You need to want to move on. Like, you need to want it for yourself, okay? You need to need it for yourself. Number 6, you need to know what your triggers are. I already know what my triggers are. My triggers are Moscato wine, okay? Sweet Moscato wine just really triggers me, and then I just go down this spiral, this well, and I just keep thinking about the what if about the what if child, and I'm just out here looking for screenshots and saving numbers and like trying to call and all of that. Like, just know my triggers is alcohol. I don't know what your triggers are. Maybe your trigger is like a scent, a perfume, or a clothing that you had from him, or I don't know, like maybe a food that you got together. Like, maybe you guys made tacos. Stop eating tacos if that's your trigger. You know what I'm saying? That's funny. But like, you should know what your triggers are. My trigger is alcohol, and like, I need to put my phone away whenever I am drinking, because it never ends well. Like, every time that I texted him after I unblocked him was after I had 1 too many drinks. So know what your triggers are. Vodka and emotions does not go well. You know that song, mixing vodka and emotions. That Drake song, mixing vodka and emotions. It's a no. Number 7, delete their number and unfollow them. In my case, deleting their number did not work because I would just go to this chat, to the screenshots, to the media, get the number, put it back on my phone, and be all up in that, you know, and just like contact him again. So now that I've learned, like whenever I send my girl a screenshot, I need to delete that screenshot from our media, delete it from my device and everything like that. You need to literally cleanse yourself off of him. Okay, delete the number, unfollow on social media, delete the pictures you had, delete any TikToks that you may have made, or maybe not. Maybe that was just me in my case, but you need to like get rid of all of that. Okay. Number 8, stop going down memory lane. As much as it's cute and whatever, stop going down memory lane. I find myself going down memory lane sometimes. Like I remember I would like just like think like, oh my gosh, that TikTok we made though, I remember that day. Oh, this picture, we're like on a date or whatever, you know, like stop doing that. Stop going down memory lane, because you're triggering those butterflies up in your stomach. You're trying to wake up those butterflies and they need to stay dead, they need to stay sleeping. Do not trigger the butterflies. Stop going down memory lane. Okay, girl, focus on yourself. That's another thing that you need to be doing. Like, stop going down memory lane and focus on yourself. Do better. You know the song by Black or Six, like whatever his name is. But you definitely need to like focus on yourself, do better. Just, you know, be in your zone. And lastly but not least, do not be afraid to trust again. Do not be afraid to try again. Do not be afraid. Open yourself, open your heart. Not to heartbreak though. Be smart about it. Look out for red flags. Nah, for real. You need to look out for them. Don't ignore them. Don't be colorblind like I was, because I've been seeing red, I've been seeing maroon, I've been seeing orange and green and all of that, and red is just not in there. But honestly, don't become colorblind. But also do not be afraid to try again. Like, that's the most important part. Like, just open yourself and allow yourself to be, you know. Like I said before you meet your prince, you're gonna have to kiss a lot of frogs. Okay. Alright, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching my video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. See you guys next time in my next video. Bye bye.